Guys, I want to introduce Avinash to you. And Avinash is VP Strategic Initiatives at Delicate. Basically, he handles our grocery business. And let's have some question answer from him. So, Avinash, how is your experience in Belgium and how did you manage your food there?
When I was studying in Belgium for my masters, it was a beautiful experience to start with. But every time at night when I walk back to my home, I always had this pressing issue on my head that what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight.
Right.
Most of the time, what I used to do is just walk across to the Delahaize next to my house and bring frozen pizza or frozen spaghetti or any sort of frozen dinner that I can have quickly in 10 or 15 minutes. But then there were certain days when I used to miss the comfort food that my mom cooks at home or what I used to have in India. Now, sure, that's not a challenge that only students from India faces, but it's a global problem. I met a lot of students there from different countries which face the same problem, that they used to miss the comfort food that they used to have at home.
Right. Even in my my 2 months in Australia and in Spain, the biggest problem that I faced was the food. After setting up there, you start to miss that homely food.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of Indian restaurants. You cannot eat out there daily, but I'm sure that if they helped us to cook the same Indian food at home, I'm sure my experience would have been much better. So how do you think meal kit helps address those problems? And do you think that if meal kits were there in Belgium, your experience might have been better or it could have been different?
Of course. So let me draw a comparison between the frozen dinner that you get in supermarkets and with meal kits. So the frozen dinner, they taste very bland. They do not have the taste authenticity in it. So when you're consuming those frozen dinner out of supermarkets, it does not give you a complete satisfaction when you're having that food. So there's always at the back of your mind, you always sort of feel hungry. You're always in a state where you want to have a little bit
Not
more.
satisfied.
You're not satisfied, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. With meal kits, the convenience that it provides is that it gives you satisfaction that it is made by your own hands in your own kitchen.
Right.
On top of it, it also provides all the nutritional content that a student might need to cope up with their day-to-day needs in university. And I'm sure it's very challenging that most of the students find itself. So, going on to the second question, if I could have had Indian cuisine, if I could have found Indian cuisine in Belgium, could it have been a much nicer, a much better experience? I would say you could still find a lot of Indian cuisine in restaurants in most part of Belgium, but then those restaurants are priced at a premium. As a student, I cannot afford to go to those restaurants, and if those restaurants could provide a meal kit, a more convenient way for me to consume,
maybe like a subscription
even as a subscription, I wouldn't have minded it to pay for three meals in a week on a subscription basis. So yeah, if restaurants in foreign countries could actually see a value proposition of introducing meal kits to the consumers, be it limited to students, it could be really interesting to have, not only for the business introducing the meal kit, but also the consumers that are consuming those kits.
Also, to add on this, I think another problem this problem is not only student specific, rather expatriate specific. So there's a lot of expatriate culture right now in the world, and I think meal kits especially help expatriates having their own food at home, and instead of depending to eat out, because most people don't know how to cook, most people are not familiar with the locality there, and with meal kits I think they'll be able to enjoy their stay much better as they would have done in their home country.